Can you just talk about the challenging conditions? I don't know that you guys have played this course with it blowing like that before. Maybe you have.
Not that I can remember. It's only my second year, but anytime you get the wind really high like that, especially on a golf course like this where it's exposed, it's very challenging, and you can't really play the ball around, or along the ground here off the tee just because it's so wet, and so got to get the ball airborne, and it was definitely playing tough today.
Has something clicked in the fall? When you look at your results, it seems like you've been there very, very close in the couple of events you played in the fall. What's different maybe since the end of the season? Anything?
No, not really. I feel like I'm playing pretty similar. I had some good finishes at the end of the year. I was pretty close at BMW. I was obviously close at the FedEx Cup final. And I've had some decent finishes this fall. So overall, I feel like I'm playing pretty solid.
Did you grind working before you came here, or did you sort of look at this as, I'm just going to kind of ease into this week? Not really. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's still kind of a fun week, even though you're trying to win.
Yeah, I mean,
what's the attitude?
I'm definitely not showing up to finish 20th or whatever it is. Yeah, but I've been practicing. I like to practice. I took a nice break before we went to South Carolina. I was pretty worn out after the FedEx Cup and then the President's Cup, and so there was a period there for a good 5-6 weeks where I wasn't practicing too much. I still go out and play for fun and stuff, but not too much heavy practice. But the last probably month or two, I've been getting after it fairly decent.
I don't want to bring it up too early, but you could be number one with a win. I mean, in your head at all, does it really matter? 1, 2 at this point? You know.
Yeah, I mean, number one's obviously a place I'd like to get back to, but if we're not going to be playing golf for a while, who knows what the world ranking is going to do? And right now, it seems to be a bit of a flawed system, so we'll see what happens there. But it's definitely something nice to go back to, but I'm not going to be thinking about it when I'm on the golf course.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
but you like that feeling.
I don't like being number 2. I don't like finishing second.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
Scottie, you mentioned it being a flawed system. You're not the only player who said that. Do you have a pretty good handle on exactly the changes and what's different about it?
Yeah, I understand that they got away from the minimums for every tour, which I think made a lot of sense. I think now I would say the top players are not bringing as much weight to events as they should. I think there was some stuff like the winner of the Fortinet got more points than the winner of the Tour Championship, stuff like that. That's a little bit weird. I don't know if that's actually 100% correct. That's the rumor going around on the driving range, but it's also really tough to rank golfers when they're not playing the same schedule. And so I think as we all start to play together more often, when you get the best players playing together more often, it's going to be much easier to rank those guys. It depends how much value you place on a guy number 1 in the world versus number 50 in the world. It's a tough system. It's not something that's easy to get right. And in other sports, you have a record, and golf is not necessarily a record. And it's a challenging system. I think they kind of went from one extreme to the other, and we'll meet in the middle, hopefully, and find something that's a little bit better.
I'm sure you would like to see Tiger playing this week, but because he's not playing, that kind of worked in your favor on the numbers here.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think anytime we can get Tiger in the field is definitely a big bonus for us. So, I mean, we wish him well and hope for a quick recovery.
Yeah.
Do you feel if you become number 1 on Sunday, do you will feel the same as a number 1 from the past?
I guess I'm not really sure how to answer that, to be honest with you. Last time was my first time getting to number 1. I haven't really been number 2 for a while, so I feel like if I continue to play great and win some events, I'll get back there. But it's not going to be something that I'll keep in the front of my mind. It's not something I think about when I'm practicing. It's not something that occupies a lot of my thoughts. It's just it's nice to be number 1. Yeah, one more.
Scottie, what type of preparation for defending your green jacket? When will that preparation start?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm preparing for it now. I feel like the 4 majors are the tournaments we prepare for the most, and when I'm at home practicing, I'm preparing for those high pressure situations, and there's no more pressure than playing in a major championship. Thanks, Sean.